Just a real quick recording so that you can see how easy it is to fill in the form fields of this 30 and 40 piece challenge charts, these new ones in 2016. So you can see that I've opened it up and I am opening it in Adobe Reader. That's very important because that's where you can fill in these fields. And so if you go down and you see, for example, here's some of the instructions, some of the tips that you can use. And then the very first 30-piece challenge chart, you'll see that there are some fields that are highlighted. If you don't want to actually type things in and you just want to print this by itself, then you can certainly just print it and you don't have to worry about these fields being blue or printing funny. It will just print blank. But if you do want to type things in, all you need to do is start typing and you think, oh my goodness, these letters are going to be way too big. Well, it's actually going to auto correct. And so Wendy Stevens, if I had a really long last name, it would go ahead and allow for room for that too. So you can actually just click that in and you go to the next one. You can tab down or else you can click down with your mouse and you can enter in Emily Stevens. That's not my child's name, but just making up some names here, and then Miley Cyrus, because she's definitely going to be doing the 30-piece challenge, etc., etc. And then if you'll go down, obviously this chart is not going to have anything for you to fill out because this is the chart that you're going to put in the student's notebook. So as a student starts a piece, you're going to add the name of their piece right here under number 1 and then check mark it when they're done. When you go to this is just an optional punch card. Some people like to do special incentives that involve their community. For instance, if you have a coffee shop in your community, you can visit with them about offering a prize if your student gets to 10 pieces. And so you can just use these as stamp cards and get little cheap stamps and stamp the number 1 or number 2 when the student finishes the piece. When you get to this 30-piece challenge certificate though, now I've made the form field larger so that when you type in the student's name, it looks quite large, and then you can type in your teacher name here, and then you can type in the date right here. And then when you print those, you can actually print them with those individual names on it. New screen so that you could see these drop-down menus. But if you would like to send this to a printer and only, for instance, have this page printed as a poster size page to put on your wall, then you would go to File and then you would save it. You don't even have to go to File Save, just Control S or Command S if you're on a Mac. Save it, and then you'll just send the file to the print shop and say, okay, print page 4. You don't want to print all the pages in poster size, but please print page 4 as a poster size document. However, if you have more than this number of students, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to save your first level or your first set of students, and then you're going to save that as a separate file so that those actually typed in names can stay there so that you can send different files to your printer. So for instance, you'd say save as, and you would choose your folder where you want to save it, and then when the very first file name, you'll just say this is the first set of names, and then you'll save that to your documents, and then you'll go back and you'll erase these names and you'll put a new name, another name, you'll just spell it however you want to spell it. Anyway, and then you'll save this one also, you'll say save as, and then you'll go back and you'll choose your folder and you'll say second set of names. And then what you can do, second set of names, and then what you can do is you can send both of those PDF files, because they'll be different names. You'll send both of those PDF files to your printer and tell them only print page 4 of these particular files. Only print page 4, one time of the first file, and only print page 4 one time of the second file on poster size. So hopefully that gives you an idea of some of the advantages of this new set of posters, because these have the form fields in it and the old ones don't. In addition, if you would like to go ahead and print these on your home printer, that's a good idea, because then you won't have to save them as all different file names. But make sure that you print your your certificates on something like cardstock, and then it's even nicer if you can laminate it with some home lamination. It's just a lovely way to make that even more special. So hopefully that helps. Thanks so much for being a Compose Create supporter and for using the resources there. Thanks. Bye.